Saying, look, just give me the application, I just want to join the challenge, that's it. That's perfect. It doesn't really matter to us. Our mission is to spread this message as far as we can. I'll tell you, my story is it's been 2 years, it's been 27 months ago. I was in a bad financial position I found myself in that I'd never been in before. You know, for 15 years I was a traveling musician, didn't need any money. Was just, you know, really just striving for the dream. And then, you know, I met my wife. My wife got pregnant. We had our first baby. And she said, you better go get some kind of a job because it's family. And so I got introduced to the mortgage industry, and I really loved it. I loved working with people. It's just my favorite thing to do, really, is to be around people and help people as much as I possibly can. And I loved the mortgage industry because that's what we did. You know, I opened my business by going and interviewing 10 other brokers that I found out they were ripping everyone off. So it was really easy for me. All we did was lower our fees and advertise a little bit, and the floodgates opened, and it was awesome. I mean, life was changed for us. It created a lifestyle that I never thought that I would really actually have. And I don't know if we have anybody from real estate or the mortgage industry in this room right now, but in 2006 it started to go down the tube big time. By 2008 it was over. I mean, literally, like if you shut the lights off, that's how it went. 1 month we closed over 70 loans, the next month we closed less than 5 loans. Literally that much. In between that was Katrina, of course, that we had to recover from. And, you know, I really didn't know what I was going to do. Here I am living in this big house, you know. We didn't have fancy cars, but, I mean, I had notes like everyone else. And I had my 2 little girls, and my wife was freaking out, and I had a bunch of money in savings, so I wasn't that worried. And the next thing you know, 8, 9 months go by, and that savings is gone. I mean, gone. And I had more money in the bank than I ever thought I would ever have, ever. And it was gone, just like that. And just from bills and nothing closing, and life wasn't good. Now, along the way, I had been introduced to businesses like this before, and I joined a few, and I never made any money. I don't know if any of you have ever done that before, and I always said, oh, those don't work, right? And what I found out was, it was really that I just didn't work and I wasn't working it. So when the mortgage industry crashed, a friend of mine called me and he said, listen, I got something important I got to share with you. Well, that's a sheer proven clue that what they want to talk to you about is a home-based business. Anyone ever calls and says that? That's a clue. I got something important I can use. I said, look, man, I said, I know exactly what you're trying to talk to me about. You know, and I said, look, quite frankly, I'm open, but I just don't have a lot of belief that I can go create a 6-figure income again doing that, right? But then, and I told him no. And a week went by, and I was thinking about it, and I'm interviewing, and I'm looking for jobs and things, about to wave the white flag to corporate America, which for me, anybody that knows me, I'm a crappy employee, very hard worker, just not a very good employee. I like to work on my own schedule, and that's why I've always kind of hustled and did my own thing. Well, the second week he called me, I said, man, I just don't think I'm ready for that. Especially, I can't tell my wife that's what I'm going to do again. And so, by the third week, and I've been praying for something, literally, I'm like, man, there's got to be something. I felt like I lost my mojo. I was always able to figure something out. But here I was, the first time in my life, with, you know, I need to make $60,000 net a year just to pay my bills. So I couldn't go get a $30,000 a year job unless I just wanted to foreclose and let everything go away and start over. And I wasn't ready to do that. And a day before my friend called me the third time, exactly as Brandon said about Chris keeping on him, that's what my friend did to me. He said, look, you're my friend, but the day before that, my 2 little girls wanted ice cream. And it gets a little emotional when I tell this story, but I couldn't even buy them freaking ice cream cones. Okay? And that was the line in the sand for me. And I said, this is not going to happen. This is not my destiny. Definitely not. And the next day, my friend called me again. And I said, I said, tell me about it. He said, well, I'm not going to tell you about it, but here's what I'm going to tell you. The founder of the company, at 18, joined a business like this. At 25, he was a multi-millionaire, stayed with the same company. Company went out of business. He bought it with his own money and paid 3,000 people in his team their paychecks with his own money. So immediately that told me this was a guy of character. Then he told me from 25 to 29 he made $1 million a year. Not a millionaire, but $1 million a year. So he said, listen, this guy is stepping down into the field to start a brand new team, and you can be the first guy signing up on it. You're crazy not to come meet him. Well, I went to a restaurant just like this in New Orleans, and it was me and my friend and this guy. That guy happened to be the guy you saw in the video. And when I sat with him, let me tell you what I felt. I didn't taste the shakes. I had no idea. I never met the guy. I didn't do any research on him. But here's what I know. My intuition told me, this dude's going to do something major. I just knew it. I'd never met anybody with more vision. It was clear as a bell to him what was going to happen. And when he was telling me these things, he said, Bob, our team in the next 36 months will be doing $20 million a month. That's what he told me. And I'm like, whatever. And that's what I was thinking. You know, the company's doing $600,000 a month, and your team's going to do $50 million within 36 months? Whatever. Or $20 million, he told me. The reason I just said 50 is because this month their team crossed $50 million. It's been 27 months. He told me that there would be 2,000 people driving BMWs within 36 months. There's over 11,000 people driving free BMWs. And the video said at 10 a day, it's 29 people a day now qualifying for the BMW. He said that we'll have over 100 new six-figure earners in the next 24 months. Well, there were 100 new six-figure earners in April this month. Okay, so everything the guy told me happened. Everything he told me happened. I was literally in a place, now most of you are probably not in this place that I was, but the story is that I had no money. And I love when people used to tell me, yeah, I'm broke too, I don't have any money either. And they got 10 grand in the savings account, right? I had no money, okay? I cashed in my daughter's piggy banks. They gave me $7.50 to put in one of those cash jars at Winn-Dixie, or cash machines, to put gas in my car to meet him that day. And when I met him, I came home and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to tell my wife I'm joining another one of these businesses, right? I mean, that was my biggest fear. Because I was all in, and I'm like, man, the only way this is going to work is my wife was all in. And the way we went all in, and you know, it's funny how, you know, some of you may call it the universe, some may call it a higher power. You know, I'm very spiritual, and I believe that it's crazy. Your prayers don't get answered sometimes in the time that you want them to be answered. But all these things that I went through led up to this time, and I went home, and she said, well, how was it? I said, well, let's go watch this video. I didn't want to tell it to her. And when she got done, this was her words to me: we can do this together. And when that happened, I knew that we were going to do this. I just felt it with every being of me. My intuition told me this was it. We went from that broke to 10 months later, we were making 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
5 months later after that, we were making $20,000 a month. And now we're right on the brink of $40,000 a month. Now, it's not because of me. Now, I'm not telling you that to impress you by any means. I'm just like every single one of you. I promise you. I am no different. I'm telling you that all we did was we got on the product. I believed what Nick told me was going to happen. I lost 35 pounds in 90 days with no exercise. You know, I move a lot, so I wasn't sitting on the sofa. So I guess you could say that's exercise, but I just followed the plan. People, just like Blaine said, you know, people were asking me, what are you doing? And from there, we just put the pedal to the metal. And now, I mean, you know, people say, man, you speak all over the country, you inspire all these people. I'm telling you right now, you guys inspire me more than I've tried to inspire anyone else, because that's what it's about. See, what Blaine said about a snowballing effect. You can't deny truth. And I tell my whole team that, look, don't lie about your numbers, don't lie about where you're at, don't lie about your weight loss. I mean, the truth will always prevail. That's what I believe. And that's what happens. People lose 40 pounds, people lose 100 pounds. I mean, you can't deny that. We're not drinking some magic potion juice going, oh, my joints are all better, right? I mean, people can lie about that. You cannot lie about what's going on with the transformations people are having. And because of that, people believe it. And that's all our business is all about, is belief. That's it. That is all it's about. Do you believe you can do it? Do you believe the product will work? Do you believe you can inspire and help other people? That's it. We don't do any sales, y'all. This is not sales. We are not shake salespeople. We're not that. And in fact, I realize now that people used to call me a born salesperson. It's really a born connector. I can talk to anyone. And that's a gift, and not anybody, I mean, anyone can learn to do that. It's just a matter of if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone some and do that. And literally, we have people that, I mean, were total introverts that would not come out of their house to talk to people that are making $6,000 a month because they realize, line in the sand, I'm changing my life. And if all I got to do is stop being shy, I mean, we weren't born shy, we weren't laying there as babies and going, oh, I'm really hungry and I would cry if I wasn't shy. No, we're going, right? I mean, right? And they were conditioned. How many have young kids? Okay? Do any of them have any of you have young kids that when you meet somebody, they hide behind you, right? When you meet somebody, right? Okay. And what does the person usually say? Oh, she's
shy.
Right? We condition our kids, y'all. Or they're not shy, we're telling them they're shy. So what happens over 18 years of people going, you're shy, you're shy, you're shy, you're shy. Or how about this one? Don't talk to strangers. Right? Our business is about talking to strangers. Right? So, I mean, but we're conditioned for all these things. So really, it's all about just getting a lot of the junk out of your head and moving forward, having results be a product of the product and share it with people. We went from literally where we were, 4 of us in a living room going, okay, we're going to go do this, to there's been over 8,000 people that have joined the challenge. Our business will do over $12 million this year. And literally, we were at the pool yesterday with our kids. I mean, I'll tell you right now, when I started, because I was so financially in a rut, that I was focused on money, 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 right? It only took about 90 days. People losing weight, feeling great, getting off the meds. I realized this is so much bigger than money. I mean, way bigger than money. I mean, there was a show recently on HBO called The Weight of the Nation. Anyone see that show? Right? It talked about by the year of 2030, 65% of the entire country will not be overweight, will be clinically obese. Then it went on to say that 85% of the children will be obese. That's a problem, y'all. And what I love about our company, forget about making money. The founders of the company are truly on a mission to have a huge impact in correcting that, right? How many are sick of paying high dollar for insurance, health insurance? It's ridiculous, right? I mean, our health insurance, I didn't even have it for 3 years because it was so expensive, right? But here's the reason why, because everyone's so unhealthy, right? Insurance is higher because we're unhealthy. Unless we do something about that, it's never going to get better. And all we've done is bought into that mission, and we share this challenge with everybody. Listen, not everyone's going to do it. We know that. I mean, if everyone did it, probably wouldn't be an opportunity anymore for us, right? So we know that. And no simply means not now. Last thing I'll tell you, people always ask me this: how long do you think this is going to last? Is this going to be one of those things that are going to go away? Here's my answer. Well, how long are people going to be overweight and unhealthy? At least as long as all of our lifetimes. I guarantee you that. And our product works. And here's why people stay on it. Because they don't have to do this when they drink it. They look forward to drinking the shake. And because of that, and they get results, they keep on ordering. I always tell people my favorite part of the business is consumable when it runs out. They have to reorder. Right? But it's been a lot of fun, you guys. I'm telling you, we launched in New Orleans with 4 people. In 10 months, we had 600 people in a room. Our team has went from that to, like I said, there's over 8,000 people who have joined the challenge in 27 months. Nick's team's got over 111,000 promoters. I mean, it's just been an absolute unbelievable ride. And I'll tell you this, I've never seen this in this industry, and I've been a student of it for 10 years. I mean, I've seen waves, I've seen people make some money, but I've never seen people make... These guys told me, hey, you know, we're going to be making $100 grand a month. And I'm like, whatever, man. You give me to $8 grand a month again, and I'm good, right? Well, the guy who told me that, the first guy that told me that made $260,000 last month. Right? The guy that I work with in Jacksonville, Florida, I work with him every single day. He's one of my best friends. These guys all know him. Made $145,000 last month. Right? And the thing is he just encourages me. He says, Bob, don't focus on your paycheck because it's not about you. None of this is about me. It's not about you, Blaine. It's not about you. It's about how many people we can help. And how many people we can help. You know, it's not about making $10,000 a month. You know, most people, they don't believe they can make $10,000 a month. Most people don't believe that. So when you're talking about 20 and 30 and 40, they're like, whatever, that guy's so full of this, that ain't funny. But when you show somebody they can make 1,000, and then they make 1,000, guess what happens? Their belief level goes up. And then they say, man, if I did a little bit more, maybe I can make 2,000. Next thing you know, they didn't make 2,000, they made 3,500. And then that's exactly what happened with Gomez. I'll never forget when Chris called me and he said, dude, my my check was like $8,000. And I said, wait till you get ambassador. He ain't even an ambassador yet. You know? And so then, and he said, do you think it's really going to go over 10,000? I never forget when he called me when he hit. He said, dude, my check was over 10,000. I said, welcome to the club, my brother. And it's funny because Chris Zavala was one of the first guys in Baton Rouge. I remember sitting in Chris's apartment, and the only difference between where Chris is now and where Chris was sitting in that apartment is he didn't have the belief. That's it. He went up with Chris's belief, and he just did. Chris said, you're having a challenge party, and that's it. You're doing it. So he did. There was like 3 people there, and I drove. Chris was like, I'm sorry for making you drive. I'm like, it don't matter. Right? But here we are, it's only been about a year, huh? About a year? Not even. You only probably worked the business now for about 3 months. But look, it's timing for everybody. Some people do it now, some people do it when timing is right? And I don't think he can, deny it any longer. And he's real close. He's definitely going to hit this month. So I want to definitely give him a hand one more time. Just as Nick said, you're either a 1, 2, or a 3. A home challenge party as a person who doesn't want to make money is very simple. We play the same video, but it's a portion with no money talk. We don't try to convince anybody or any of that stuff. You have a party at your house, you get 3 friends on the challenge with you, yours is free. It's real simple. The video is about 11 minutes long. You taste some shakes, have some fun with your friends, and sign them up. Almost every 3 for free party that we have, the person who threw it gets the product for free. And that's the one thing the company did right, because when you get it for free, what's weird, what I found out, is the pain that people have of their credit card being charged is way greater than going out and saying, hey, you need to get on a challenge with me so they can get it for free. It's funny, our customers will go out and get more customers than some of our promoters because they're getting their card charged where the promoters, sometimes they feel like they're selling people, right? Which we don't do that. I mean, we just share some stories with them and let them taste it, and if they're ready, they're ready. If they're not, they're not. And it's been an amazing journey, and I'm telling you right now, we're just getting started. If anything in your mind is like, oh, we should have started with that guy 2 years ago, it's probably saturated now. Guys, we ain't even close. So we're barely hitting the tip of momentum of what's going to happen. So regardless if you want to join the business or not, you guys, if you just want to get on the challenge, we want to help and encourage you to go after your goal. Even our customers get it for free. Even our customers can win a Hollywood transformation. And believe it or not, I have 2 friends of mine that 2 separate times won cruises from the company because of their transformation. So anyone in here can do that. So just let whoever invited you down, whether you're a 1, 2, if you're a 3, you were like me, you're like, look, Ray Charles can see this, I'm in, you can start. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And again, we're stoked about working with the ice skaters. I mean, we're really fired up. They told me that a few years back there were 11,000 people in the Cajun Dome watching the ice skaters play, and I was sitting down with Chuck and Lewis, and and their vision was almost the same way. They had this vision, and I could tell that they were going out with their vision, and what we can do, combining the challenge with the ice skaters, with our community challenge, with helping children in the community and all that. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the season, and I hope and encourage everybody to really support the Gators. I think this is going to be really good for the community. And thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I will definitely hang around for a little while to help you guys get signed up. But with that, welcome to the Body by Bye Challenge.